Guys, what's the crack? So we're starting the stream, right? About our man Sneako again. Just to get a little taste, right? Our man Sneako, what he's up to. Just to get a little taste, right? Our man Sneako, what he's up to. Just to get a little taste, right? Our man Sneako, what the fuck is going on? Just to get a little taste, right? Our man Sneako, what the fuck is going on? Just to get a little taste. Go back. Whew, Jesus. I could hear me fucking self there now for a minute. Right. Right, so Iron Man Sneako, right, this is just a little prelude to like the video I'm going to make about him. Just see what he's like, right? I'm going to watch a few of his videos, debunk a few points, maybe try to tackle some of the issues with his rhetoric and stuff like that, and then compile them into the video I'll make about him. It'd be called like the downfall of Sneako or some shit like that, you know what I mean? But you know, just in case, and there's no watching me now, but just in case you haven't seen him, you haven't seen any of his shite, here he is. There's this one, that one to watch. Sneako gets therapy from a woke feminist. He has these titles up all the time. It's fucking hilarious, man. He like what you call it? It's always some hyperbolic shit. You know, I like it because he thinks he's like an alpha male or some shit, but you know, he just starts like shouting and raving at women, like you'll see now. This is actually one of the camera interactions. I'm actually surprised, you know what I mean? If it fucking loads in, that is, Jesus. It's taking ages. And there's a fucking ad gonna play.
That's my mission.
Well.
Seeking truth. Is that like your motto?
Yeah, that was my bio on Twitter.
Imagine using Twitter. He's a lot more like the women that he hates than he wants to believe he is.
Twitter before I got suspended.
What does that mean?
It means that I think the funniest thing is usually what ends up being true. That's what I find. It's funny because it's true. My favorite comedy has always been truth tellers and truth seekers. And that's the best type of comedy. I don't like comedy without a purpose. I don't like just straight up dick jokes or race jokes or black people do this and white people do that. But even those jokes, the funniest jokes of that nature.
What kind of jokes do you like, actually? I've never seen you make one. I've seen you say, like, oh, women bad, women are like this, women are like that. Obviously, right? I don't really care about him as a woman myself, but Sneako isn't, you know, particularly the funniest man alive, you know what I mean? He doesn't really make jokes, he makes more statements than anything, but I sure look at
are because it's true. They point out stereotypes and they point out realities of race that we ignore. So I really like, my favorite stand-up comedians have always been almost social commentators. Like right here, I have Dave Chappelle's autograph. He signed this $100 bill. He gave it to me at a show. That was really cool. Like I can tell that whole story later. But anyway, my favorite comedians like George Carlin.
You know what? Yesterday in the Tree Arena in Dublin, we actually had Dave Chappelle stand-up special, right? Obviously, I wasn't going to go see it. It's 94 quid. You know, if I had a trans flag, which I don't, I'd, you know, go there, stand outside just to troll him. I wasn't going to fucking go in. It's going to be more of the same shit. He's going to be like, man, black people, you know how they can't even stand in the same spot when they're laughing. I forgot how he talks. Wait. That was a Chris Rock impression. Why did I do a Chris Rock impression? We're talking about Dave Chappelle. Pretty racist how I mix up two black fellas. But anyway, he was going to say some transphobic shit anyway, which isn't fucking funny. It's not that it's like problematic or offensive. It's just not funny, right? That's the first thing. Second thing is overpriced. Third thing, you can't even bring your fucking phone in there or anything. Like, they'd make you give up your phone. I'm not giving my phone to some random fucking security guards. You can get the fuck out of here. And no, most of it is just the price. 94 quid for Dave Chappelle, come on. Right? I wouldn't even pay that much to go see fucking Jesus. I don't know.
Patrice O'Neal, Dave Chappelle, Louis C.K., Bill Burr, all of them. My favorite bits, they talk about.
You think the man's like rich as fuck, like he can afford a shit? No, like he still overcharges you, like for a show. Like, come on, Dave. You might be one of the most famous comedians, right? But you're not that fucking good. You know, maybe if your jokes made me genuinely fucking explode from laughter, like literally explode from laughter, like there's like blood and guts all over the fucking place. That's how funny it is, because my funny bones after breaking, like I understand paying 94 quid. Yeah, that's underpriced, man. I'd go fucking pay 1,000 for that. But 94 quid just to hear the same repetitive, oh, trans people, they try to cancel me on Twitter. They try to cancel me on Twitter. There was bad Twitter feminist shit. You know what I mean?
About a subject and they debunk it, or they put an opinion on it that makes you view it in a different way. Like, for example, this smaller comedian, Marky Gagnon, I think he's on Andrew Schultz podcast. Not a lot of people know who he is, but I recently saw Andrew Schultz perform at Madison Square Garden, and he had his openers did a great job. And this guy Marky Gagnon is like probably like a millennial he probably lives in Brooklyn, and he did this joke about Latinx, and it was just the way it just debunked it. It encompassed how stupid it is to call people Latinx and how white people.
Yeah, I agree. Latinx is a pretty fucking stupid thing, but you're making it out like everyone's fucking calling them that, which isn't true. Overall, this video is pretty fucking boring. Let's watch something else. Nice out gob on him. Really handsome fella. You wouldn't think, like, you know, all his opinions that he has, right? You wouldn't think, like, oh, jeez, he's an incel. You'd be like, oh, he's a handsome fella. He must be, like, you know, sound. He must be, like, you know, charismatic. You know, you wouldn't think that he's, like, this raven, like, quasi kind of incel type. But sure. Book by the cover.
YouTube should ban Sneako. I'm still here! You thought ratting on me would work? I don't even want to say your name. I won't.
But here he is.
And chat, call me out if I ever do. Forever, this soy boy's name is Teacher's Pet. You are Susan's pet. You try to ban me, you tell your fans to mass report my channel, and it still didn't work. I didn't break community.
As you can see, Sneako truly lives up to his label of being an alpha male. Really alpha behavior right there, you know, really stoic, you know, really serious, you know, really uncaring about the opinions of other people. You know, pretty alpha, right? So you can kind of tell, like, what he's about, you know what I mean? And, you know, there's one where he, like, reacts to, like, there's, like, borderline, like, bigoted shit that he puts out on trans people. He doesn't think he can be bigoted to trans people, obviously, because he doesn't think they're people. But there's this, I love the ones about, you know, the street interviews, you know, the I don't even know the fucker's YouTube name. He's you have that goes around, yeah, with the blue mic, goes around, like, debating women and stuff. I guess we just jump right in. It's like already halfway through the video. Alright, but usually, you know, he has like this vitriol about him, you know, he's like really pissy. You know, I mean, like, if you've seen it, if you haven't, you haven't. But if you've seen it, he's like really pissy. He's like half shaking when he's asking women these questions. Like, you can tell, like, the confidence he had to build up just to go and ask these women these questions, and the payoff that he gets from it. That's what he channels all his inner turmoil into it. You know what I mean?
Have to make her want you without her knowing that you want her.
Facts.
Okay, so, like, what advice would you have for men? How can he do that?
Treat her like shit. Don't be mean to her. Just don't give a fuck about her. Why you think I say hoe and bitch all the time?
See, this is what Sneako doesn't understand, right? Treating a woman like shit, that's not what women like. Women don't like it when you treat them like shit. No one likes it when you treat them like shit. Women like a fella who doesn't really care about them, you know, who's like in the moment one time and then he's out of the picture another time, you know, he's like, oh, you're not too bad, you know what I mean? You're alright looking, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and then, like, you know, they get the feeling like, oh, I better catch him before he fucks off somewhere else. Like, that's the kind of fella that women are into. Not like, if he's like, you're worthless, you're a fucking piece of shit. Like, no woman likes that. She'd be like, fuck you, you twat. You know, someone like Sneako probably, you know, being like, oh, women are bad. You're bad, you're a woman, you're crazy, you'll key my car for nothing. Or you take my kids' male suicide rates or something. Toxic masculinity doesn't exist. It's just some shit. Like, women aren't into that, man. They get creeped out by shit like that, you know what I mean? It is fucking scary. I get creeped out by shit like that. Look at me. Fucking hell, I can't imagine what women, man. But fuck, yeah, that's what I mean. They like a fella who isn't caring, you know what I mean? They don't like a fella who's like actively treating them like shit. Like I said, no one likes that. No one likes that.
The time you're like, why would you say that word? What would you? Because it works. Why do you think pimps call all other bitches or hoes?
Because a lot of prostitutes are like actual children. Like they're like 12, right? You know that, Sneako, right? They're like 16, 17, like... You think they're gonna stand up to a grown arse man with a fucking cane? He'd fucking pummel him. Do you think like they'd let him fuck him? No. He's out here R-wording them, you know what I mean? Like in Minecraft. That's Nicole said, but you know.
What? Now they need to get the valid.
Glorifying pimps of all people. He could have brought up James Bond. He could have brought up any masculine. He could have brought up me. As an example of a player that women cow down to. No, pimps is what he uses. Yes, Sneako.
From that guy.
Great comparison.
It's simple stuff, bro.
Great analogy.
You know, you have to come at her.
These women are too, in agreement with Sneako. We have to like get to the juice. We have to get to like, you know, the part where women say something that Sneako doesn't agree with, where he shows all his alpha male colours, you know.
Trust.
Come on, where are you?
Come on to you.
It's the same young one.
As opposed to just being friend zoned.
Bro, how long is he gonna talk?
Because once we see what you can do, then we like you.
Well, I mean, are there certain...
Another ad, great. Free promotion for these fellas. Spotify.
The shitty men.
Well, the men are...
Hold up, I'll answer these questions as well.
So why do women complain about men when women are the ones choosing the shitty men?
Well, the men are...
Yeah. This is another sign of sexism. Blaming the woman. Do you know what I mean? There's this guy, right? Obviously, I've analysed him. I'm no psychologist, but I've analysed him. The amount of vitriol when he talks to me, he clearly has some deep-rooted... Not Sneako, the fucking interviewer guy. He clearly has some, like, deep-rooted issues concerning women that should be concerning to everyone else, because he might like fucking shoot up a city one day. Do you know what I mean? Like it's all cool and oh look, he's based, he's triggering all these women, and then he shoots up a fucking school, or sorry, he shoots up a fucking park. He drives through a park full of kids and adults and kills a couple of men while he's at it as well, like Elliot Rodger, you know. If Elliot Rodger had the resources, he'd probably do the same shit as well. All this vitriolic, oh, we women, and then he'd fucking do all the mass shooting bullshit. You have to really like watch motherfuckers like this. But like, what did he ask? Why do women complain about men when they're the ones shooting shitty men? Bullshit. That's sexist as fuck. Why is it sexist? Why do you care? Because it's bad. Why is it sexist? Because see, if a man does something and he's on the receiving end of the woman's like fury or whatever the fuck, it's the woman's fault, right? When the roles are switched, when it's the man doing some shit to the woman, it's the woman's fault, right? When a man rapes the woman, you know, it's like those like fucking Catholic high schools, you know, she goes to the principal and he says, oh, you got raped, what were you wearing, love? You know what I mean? Shit like that. It's all, that's what sexism is. It's like even when a man does something bad, you always find a way to blame a woman for it.
Are not.
So why do women go for shitty men? Because shitty men aren't shitty from the start, like from the get go. You know what I mean? Like they like, you know, do all like the, you know, there's like this new trend of this new kind of Chad Brad kind of jock figure. It's like the sentimental fuckboy type, you know, what Sneako, our man, tries to be like, you know what I mean? This like, oh love, you just broke up with your boyfriend, are you okay? You know, I care about you, you know, you're so pretty, and then like, you know, they get with them, right? They use like the emotion, they pull all the emotional strings, right? And then they get with the woman, and then bam, you know, they're manipulating them, you know, it's not, you know, I'm so sorry for hitting you, but it's your fault. You were the one who made me angry, you know? And then they'd be like, yeah, but you did this. And they'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about, like gaslighting them and stuff, you know? That's these kinds of men do. They manipulate the woman. They treat her well at the start. And then they become dickheads, right? And the woman doesn't even notice it. Like, oh, it's your fault. You know, it's like fucking circle, man. It goes around, man. If you're sexist, they can't fucking prove anything to you. But if you're a normal person, you better fucking take what I'm saying. Not with a grain of salt, but listen, think about it, and realize how it's true.
How, Sway? Literally, so I'm gonna put it like this: men, they'll date you, correct? But then when you all start getting comfortable, that's when they show that they're not shit. And then that's when it comes on to the woman's part of leaving the motherfucker. Because if they're not shit, then you need to fucking leave them. But
no, but I don't agree. Some women aren't like, you know, that strong-willed. You know what I mean? Neither, like, I can't say that for myself either. I can't say that I can get out of a relationship like that. Like, if a woman was treating me well and then she started being a cunt to me, like, I wouldn't be able to, because, you know, I already fell in love with her, you know, and she'd start abusing me and shit. Like, I wouldn't know what to do. Like, you know, I wouldn't be able to tell anyone. I've already established, like, we're in a relationship, we're in a loving relationship. It would be awkward for everyone, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't want to put that pressure on other people. And women are like really emotional, so they're really like sentimental, right? So they like, you know, do all that shit too, you know. It's like really extreme for them. They don't want to upset their close ones. They don't want to upset their friends and say that they're getting like abused by their partner, so they just keep it to themselves and like stay with them, you know, try to smooth things out. I can fix him, I can change him, I can fix him, they say. But like, you know, it's not really their fault. It's kind of they have to, you know, there's really no way out. It's really complicated. It's a fucking mess, right? That's what it is.
But the first men shouldn't be shit in the first place, because why are you putting on a whole persona just to be not shit in the first place? Like, you can't do all that.
If women are fucking sociopath,
because women have very limited perspective on men.
Nah,
she's thinking
Sneako,
of one specific guy who treated her like garbage, like, and she's still tight about it. But she doesn't know how to talk about
that are able to fucking change themselves, be whatever the woman wants them to be, and then become like an abusive.
In general, like, she's just talking about her ex that fucked her and left.
Women are smarter than men. Why
Which
do they
are.
If women are smarter than men,
it's not the woman's fault. Your man's a gay bag. I don't know why you can't.
How, Sway? And why do they keep believing men's lies and opening up their legs?
Opening up their legs. You see the vitriol's coming out. Oh, you're opening up your legs. Nah, but like, why do you keep believing men's lies? Because, what you call it, he hasn't established that he's a liar. Do you know? Because first impression's everything. You know that, right? And when he develops his character and you establish him as not a liar, and then he starts lying to you, it then creates a cognitive dissonance where you're like, well, in my head, in my idealistic view of who this man is, he's not a liar. He's a truther. But what you call it? But he's lying to me now. But so is he lying then, or am I just the one that's fucking crazy? And then he gaslights you, and he's like, "Yeah, you're the one that's fucking crazy. I'm not the one lying to you." You know, is it like true colors start coming out there? He's like, no, you're the one making all this shit up about me. And they're like, oh yeah, maybe I was wrong. Maybe you are this idealistic truth teller that I see you as, and you're not lying to me, but you fucking is. That's called emotional manipulation. Ever heard of it?
Because it's called manipulation.
Anyone can fall for it. Men fall for it all the fucking time. And I'm not saying I'm immune to it either. I know all the tricks and shit, but like, if a woman's pretty enough, she can, like, you know. Alright, we won't say, but you know, I'm saying
Manipulation. It's not opening up their legs. If I'm hearing something from man and I'm like, okay, why? First of all, why would you lie to me in the first place? If you're a liar, why are you doing that? It doesn't fall onto the woman. It falls onto the man. Because what are you lying for?
What you lying?
They think it's manipulation to just be easy, to run around and be hoes. They're like, yeah, manipulation
to just be easy, bro. Like, it's the men manipulating them. It's not. Sneako, do you understand what manipulation is? Not like what it is, like the definition of the word. Like, is it just like empty sound to you? Like, you know, is it just like, like, do you clearly don't. You know, anyone can be manipulated, emotionally speaking. And if the more empathetic they are, the easier it is to take advantage of them. Doesn't matter if they're men or women, right? But you see people like you and your fucking little man that you're watching, right, would never blame fucking, they never conceive, you'd never conceive of the fact that there are women who are able to manipulate men and use their femininity to their advantage. Same way that men are able to manipulate women and use their sentimentalness, their like fake like emotionality, kind of clicking with your one to their advantage, taking advantage of her emotionality.
You while you fuck me.
It's not hard to understand.
Dummy. Thank you, Howard, for the 70. Appreciate you, Howard. Howard in the chat.
Why is no one giving me money? That's what I mean. Why is there motherfuckers watching Sneako and shit? No one's watching me, man. Life ain't fair.
Howard keeps coming back.
70 quid? You know what 70 quid is? I can buy a fucking Russian army like leather boots like 70 quid, man. You know
He said, telling you this is the mark of Satan delusion. Women are better than men because we're smarter, and I'm manipulating you by giving up pussy easily. You know what you think? You know?
Huh? She never said she's manipulating anyone. She said men are manipulating women. Sneako, it's not being a character for YouTube or Twitch anymore when you're genuinely not fucking listening to what other people are saying. When you're just waiting for your turn to talk, but every time you hear someone else talk and it's a woman, obviously because you're sexist, you disregard her opinion, you go like that. So that means that everything she says goes through one ear and out the other. So you're not interpreting anything she's saying. A woman could say fucking, I don't know, I like oranges, and you'll start talking about how shite apples are because you don't want to listen to her because she's a woman. It's a cycle, you know what I mean? Maybe fucking listen to me. Okay, maybe you hate women as much as you want. Be my fucking guest, right? But at least fucking try and listen to what they're saying. For fuck's sake, if you're gonna criticize.
No, we think
you're just lazy.
You are how? You just get fucked, and you think you're manipulating. By the time you hit 35, you ran through. I'm sorry. Nobody wants to wife you.
Now he's manipulating me, right? He's gaslighting me. He's making me think that I'm crazy. I swear she said that she's talking about other men manipulating women. She never said anything about her manipulating anyone. Did she say anything about her manipulating anyone?
If women are smarter than men,
I'm manipulating you. Illusion. Easily, you know what you think? You know what we think? You are how?
No, she didn't. No, she didn't say anything. Alright, what do these women have to say? What's your last words, love? Go on.
Your edge looks good. Your drawers are off. Sluts, cause no.
Listen.
Women can get whatever they want because men are easy. They said that women are sluts. The men are sluts because it's a little, oh, you're nice to a little haircut.
Some guy that she liked just left her, and now she's mad.
Oh yeah, but you're totally not mad at women just because a woman left you. And you were totally never a cuckold in your life. Definitely. It's all a lie. It's all a conspiracy. Made up by the Jews or something. Like, I don't know, man. Don't take that out of context. Right, because I know you clippers out there, you feckin'...
It's just limited to the last guy they fucked. I'm telling you, Chad.
Your edge looks good. Your drawers are off.
Right, I'm sick of listening to the vote here. What do these women have to say?
I was wrong.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm gonna tell you I'm wrong.
No, you won't.
women are willing to concede. Well, how many women are willing to concede in an argument?
I will. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna tell you I'm wrong.
No, you won't.
I will too. Shit, my bad.
I actually agree with Sneako on this one. He's my man. Nah, they won't. But now, in fairness, you'd be hard pressed to find men that would admit to being wrong. Humans don't like admitting to being wrong. Not women, right? No one wants to admit to being wrong. I don't want to admit to being wrong. It's hard, like, you know. It's like being bulimic, like, you know. It's like when you're fucking sick as fuck after like a good old night out, you know, with the boys, drinking a few. You know what I mean? And then you know you're sick and shit, but you can't like vomit out, so you put your fingers down your throat. Like, it's hard. You have to do it. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like easy. It's not like talking. It's not like drinking in the first place. Like putting your fingers down your throat, trying to vomit. Like that's some hard shit.
I apologize.
Like
I was wrong.
Wrong,
yeah.
You know?
I read it wrong.
Especially if
I looked at the picture wrong. I looked at the message wrong. It was.
They don't admit when they're wrong. They don't know how to. Nowadays, they're more egotistical than men. When they're wrong, they'll just keep on fighting. And actually, when they finally realize, when you out-logic all their bullshit, all their nonsense, and weave all the insults, weave all the fucking attack, that's why you're insecure, that's why you're toxic, weave. And then you finally out-logic them. You know what they do when they realize that they're wrong? Yeah, okay. So, you want to go to dinner? They never say, oh yeah, good point, you're right. Does that sound like a girl to you? Yeah, actually.
Sneako, like any empirical Any empirical data to back up your claim?
Actually, you have a point. Girls don't say that ever.
Wasn't you, boo? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think that who do you think is more likely to admit when they're wrong, men or women?
Men will.
Neither men or women. No one. I've never seen, maybe right in your fucking fantasy world, wherever the fuck you live, but I've never seen anyone admit to being wrong, right? Except for like YouTube apology videos, but that's because they have pressure. When you're not pressured by anyone, you're not going to admit you're wrong. No one is a fucking saint. Not that many people anyway. No one's going to fucking admit they're wrong. Like, what the fuck? What? Without any pressure as well? Nah. If you're not getting pressured,
Men will take it to the fucking grave.
Deny.
Well,
Men have to take accountability because we have to think in logic, and you don't. You just gotta.
Well, I'm not going to do
argue
this
and disagree. And but what about that? Shut up. How is that Gloria the Hippo?
The story
Gloria
with
the
these
Hippo
women.
and Dory
Let's
getting
see
interviewed
what
right
they
now.
have
Don't
to
call
say.
her a hippo. She's a.
Why do women often tell themselves to never settle?
Oh, because we do.
Hold on. Why do women often tell themselves to never settle? Why do women often tell themselves to never settle? I don't know. Do they? Do they tell themselves to never settle? Well, man, isn't the whole like thing with women that they like want to marry young? You know, they're barely out of fucking secondary and they're already trying like all these older fellas, like, you know what I mean? Like they're barely fucking 19, 20, whatever, and they're already going after 30-year-olds. Like their whole goal is marriage, you know what I mean? Because marriage means stability. Marriage means like, you know, either they have to find a job or their husband's providing for them, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? They don't want to be kids. They don't want to live with their man, right? Like girls are smarter in that aspect, you know, because lads, they kind of just want to chill. They want to like do this. They want to like fake loads of women. Women, from my experience, they all want to get like married and settle down, or at least, right, sort their own shit out first, you know, get a job, go to school, get a job, get a house, get a car, be like, you know, financially stable, and then probably find a husband. Men don't really care about this shit. Our lives are just like like, well, whatever the fuck, like spontaneous. Like, oh, I want to do that. I want to do this. Do you know what I mean? So, I fucking hit my finger. So in that aspect, yeah. I don't know what this bullshit is. Women never.
So much work. Like once you get into a relationship, we're gonna be constantly doing all the work. So if you settle from the beginning, you're gonna just be miserable. You're gonna be settled.
Is the man not doing a lot of work by being a provider?
Well, I think now women are realizing that, what you call it, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. They're realizing it's what you call it, you know, the statistic of 50% of marriages end in divorce. You know, personally, I like to look at it like, you know, the optimist pessimist. You know, the pessimist sees that there's the glass is half empty, optimist sees the glass half full. People say, oh, 50% of marriages end in divorce, and I say 50% of marriages end in success. But you know, so it's up to the woman anyway. Sure.
I never even think about this stuff, man.
No, not necessarily.
I thought Sneako.
What's all the work that the women are talking about doing?
Well, we're kind of like our.
I'm actually a lot like him in that aspect. I'm not even listening to what the fuck she or the fella asking her is saying, because he kind of like bombarded me with that question. I was like,
Making your lashes longer.
Manager, like we make sure you're up on time. We make sure you're doing things right.
Make sure you're up on time. You're not my mom. I know when to wake up. I could take.
Okay, buddy.
W question, man. It's.
Lady.
I think about it every.
W question.
What did they ask?
Old cat lady.
You're all like that.
Consider the possibility you might end up a lonely old cat lady.
Vitriol again, like pulling out the whipping out the fucking stereotypes, right? Like they're nah, come on. You couldn't even phrase it differently. You had to like pull out the most stereotypical. What? I need to get a light, man. It's getting dark outside.
I think about it every.
W question, man. It's complicated. I need you on the stream. I need to talk to this guy. And it's so funny that every video is like, this doesn't support the views, because he's such a nice, rational interviewer. I don't know how he's done all these videos and how he's...
Nice. Sneako, can you You seem like a fucking socially well adapted, socially kind of guy. Wait 1 second. How can you not pick up on the fact that this fella is clearly vitriolic in all his statements? That he clearly has like some kind of agenda, right? Like, why do you think like Sneako said in one of the videos, I can't fucking find it now, but like it was like, oh, all the men just seem to be very rational in all these videos, and all the women are like fucking irrational, right? You know what that is? Because the interviewer fella is a fucking incel, and he purposefully picks out women that are stupid, right? And he picks out men that are like big brain, like, you know what I mean? Because he has an agenda. It's agitprop. It's propaganda. Painting women in a certain light, painting men in a certain light. Because he's clearly vitriolic. He clearly had something happen wrong in his life concerning women, right? Probably can't get a feek, can't get laid or whatever. Can't, like, talk to women properly without, like, saying some weird incel shit. I don't know. But he clearly has some kind of agenda against women. Right? He's not nice, okay? He's not nice. Like, even this fucking question, like, oh, you're gonna be a lonely cat lady. Like, who the fuck asked that, right? Who the fuck is gonna, like, what am I? I'm a foreigner living in Ireland, right? Imagine someone comes up to me and is like, you ever thought about going back to your own fucking country? Like, he sounds nice, but like, holy shit, why are you asking me questions like that? You know what I mean?
Still saying, holy fuck, I would snap.
Like some kind of NP fella in Dublin.
Every day, it's so hard to get someone who understands you. And
why are the women who say they won't settle okay with settling for living and dying alone with a dozen cats?
Does this actually happen outside of like incels' imagination? Like, are there actual, like, women cat ladies that are, like, feminists or something? Are there even that many women cat ladies in general? Not really. Like, it's a stereotype. Like, it's like it's like, when you think of homeless people, you think of, like, the bum, like, the tramp on the side of the road, like, with, like, tattered clothes and, a big fucking, big dirty schmool on him, like, you know what I mean? Asking for spare change. You 10 cents on you need it for the bus, like, I'm not joking, look at my shoes, like. But most homeless people aren't like that. The ones that are like that are just mentally ill. It's the same thing with, like, women cat ladies. Most women who are old and alone without men aren't cat ladies. The ones that are just, like, schizophrenic or some shit, you know what I mean?
Because
they're egotistical and they don't want to ever admit that they need a man or that maybe they failed in the...
Oh, Sneako, you're a handsome man. You're really good looking. Why does it seem like you haven't talked to a single fucking woman? Why does it seem like you fuck women, but you never, like, take the time out of your day to, like, get to know, like, a single one? Right? That's actually, you're not different from incels, really. You talk to women as much as most incels do, except you probably have more sex than incels. But when it comes to, like, actually talking and forming connections with women, you're just as good as them at it, like, Neither of you know shit about shit. Really concerning.
The dating game.
During all their life, they think they deserve better, and the years pass, and then they end up being alone.
Because you'll have peace. Your peace of mind is priceless.
Well, yeah, but why would women who
about?
can't have everything choose to settle for nothing?
Because that's not nothing. Like, you have your...
It's nothing. Cats?
بعنا خلق بالشهر سوى التغذية بس أما كان وزنه 4 كيلو الآن وزنه 2 كيلو 720.
So, like...
There's also Another video of Sneako. You know the way, like, we've already established, like, he's an alpha male. He's a fucking, he's the trunk to the tree, you know, holding the society up, you know what I mean, with his stoic manliness, right? Now, how can we empirically prove that he's an alpha? I have just a video for you, right, where he, in the most stereotypically alpha fashion, goes off on a woman for talking about her mental health and getting
You
abused.
cult people think that by flexing in the mirror with other dudes shirtless that you're gonna pick up a bitch. And it's like, guys, wake up call. The only people following and looking at you are other dudes doing the same thing.
Yeah. Here, where's the bit where she's like talking about her mental health and shit, and he's like making fun of her for it? Like I said, berating a woman, Sneako. Really alpha move there. You're acting like a real man, boy.
Skip to the middle. There's Eva. There's Eva. There you are. Chat. I can't. This is not OBS anymore. Eva, the same women before who was saying, let her talk. Let's hear experience. Oh, and there's another woman there. I'm here. She's saying, skip to the middle. All right. So she's complaining about being seen as an object. You see why? You see why she should probably just be an object? You're saying skip to the middle of a 50-minute video so that we can finally get to the fucking point. She don't know how to get to the point.
Let's hear it. Sneako, go on.
What is she like?
Go on, boy.
Forward. And as you navigate your young life with your open and vulnerable mind, you're seeing very clearly what's celebrated and what isn't. How you fit in and how you don't. It's literally how children function for survival. They have to get with the program very, very quickly. Their brains pick up patterns and changes and create their logic, trying to navigate the dysfunction.
Yeah, if you haven't seen this video, basically, what's going on here is like she's like, mental health. I got abused. I was young. I was 19. I didn't know what I was doing, and I got in the nits with a bunch of men. And Sneako's like, "It's all your fault. You're bad." Do you know what I mean? Like, that's basically the whole video, right? Now that you got the gist of it.
Around them, and I most.
Thanks for the 5. I think it's a girl. She said she used to watch Monica. Most of her streams are just
I think it's a girl.
Feelings.
Look how excited Sneako gets when there's a girl in this chat.
Brains. Thanks for the 14 off.
You know, Sneako, if your video demographics are like 80% lads, you're either making like MLG videos, like no scoping in like Call of Duty, or you're like really fucking sexist. There's no other way around it.
This ain't getting no watch time.
I mean,
you know what?
You could be unlucky.
Stick through it with me. Fuck you.
Definitely came into this earth with a lot of privileges, by the way. Let's be clear. Being able-bodied, being conventionally attractive, and though I am not white, I am light-skinned enough to where I'm accepted, even fetishized, which, of course, is extremely dehumanizing.
Yeah, I would.
But it's granted me more social mobility than
loads of black fellas fetishizing light-skinned women I've seen as a thing. Like, you know what I mean? It's still fucking racist, right? You know, just because you're black, right, doesn't mean you can't be like racist by like fetishizing women in your own race. It's called colorism, I think, is the preferred terminology. You can still be you're colorist, right? Even if you do fetishize, you know, like light skinned women. If you hate on dark skinned women while being black, that's colorism. If you fetishize light skinned women, it's also colorism, you know what I mean? Fetishization is just as bad as regular racism.
Therefore, I am oftentimes safer than most.
When I was a student, I'd write long essays that I'd work on for days. But now, I'm writing short emails and messages.
Fuck off.
Women, because men often see me as small and harmless.
Okay. We get it. You get it. You're an object. You spend 11 minutes saying you're an object. What else?
I mean, do you not agree?
And I saw this. I really saw this.
There we go. Cordelia said, as a woman, do we all sound like this? Yes! Cordelia just said, as a woman, do we all sound like this? Yes, you do. Because we're watching it in the context of me. Which is, okay, what do you got to say? The context of you, if you were watching this alone, this is how you'd be watching it. Oh. Yeah. Oh. That's horrible. That's so... Oh my god.
Wow. I think I'm gonna be blind.
That's how you watch it. That's why you watch murder documentaries and shit, because you kind of like, your entertainment is,
yeah, this is fucking boring. I didn't come here to see him talk. I came here to see him berate a woman for speaking out about her mental health in alpha male fashion.
Sir, you have a salary. But on top of that, you know how chill I am? It's the middle of the night. I can get myself home. You don't even gotta spend a cab. You offering, I'm not even gonna take it because I don't want.
You think that you're like not being like other girls and you're just being a good side hoe. You're just being an obedient side hoe. You're not different. You're just trying to be different, and it's just corny. Yes, you do want flowers, Goofy.
You to think I'm childish and immature. Like I can get myself home. Like what?
I think there's a difference between some creepy fella saying like, "Oh, I'll drive you home," and like wanting flowers because there's a good chance he'll fucking rape you. Because you know how lads are. This is the thing, you know, men and women both have problems. But the reason it's called feminism is because a man's biggest problem is losing a court battle. It's getting rejected by women. It's being like a virgin or whatever the fuck, and it affecting his self-esteem. Seeing all the suicide rates. A woman's biggest problem is getting fucking raped.
Who's like really out here?
You know what I mean?
Like kicking it with grown
I think
men
there's a bit
at
of a
19,
difference, even though
leaving
men do
at 3
have
in the
problems.
morning. Like, oh, it's cool. Like,
Women still have women are still like, I guess.
You were 19. You weren't that young. Why were you 19 doing that shit? Why were you?
I know how to say it without saying like this is problematic, fucking like blue hair, but like you know, it's like it's just how it is.
Doing that,
right?
You're not responsible for any decisions.
Men don't really have to be worrying about like you know their female friends because they usually don't have female friends. You know, like Ruthie and them at a party or trying to rape them when they're drunk. They usually go along with it. Women. Right. It's like I said. Then I'll name 2 scenarios. Which one would you rather be in? You're walking through a dark street alone at night. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. And there's a group of men in one scenario. And in another scenario, there's a group of men, but there's 1 or 2 women there. Which group are you walking past? Obviously the one with 1 or 2 women. Because women are always the mediators, you know what I mean? Women are always like, stop, no, this isn't you, stop, no, stop fighting him, no, do you know what I mean, like, but men, they don't fucking care, man, they'd kill you, they'd fucking throw you in a lake, and they'd, like, have a laugh about it, they'd be like, fucking loser, like, you know what I mean, because they're, especially if they're, like, you know, stricken by the old toxic masculinity, all their moral, hijinks, all their moral pillars are just kind of, yeah.
When I was 19, I wasn't doing stupid shit like that. I wasn't fucking.
It's not their top priority. Being, you know, an upstanding citizen is what I tell you.
I was doing dumber shit.
I could just take the train. Sir, you have a salary. I am in college, and like I
actually want to see what his chat is saying. You can't see it, but Sia was right. She's talking about pick-me phase every young girl goes through. Yes, not wanting to get raped is a pick-me phase. Yes!
Honestly, I was a child. That clearly shows I was a child. And I consider anything under 21 a child. And it's not to infantilize any of y'all or like young people in general. But it's because we can't go from being in high school 1 semester, then going through summer break, and then the next semester you...
Alright, so when she was 19, fucking 40-year-old men, she thought she was really grown up and adult, and she was looking down at all the guys in college. And
yes, Sneako, because that's how maturing works. You're not stupid because you're young. It's a given. Everyone's fucking stupid when they're young. I'm stupid. You're stupid. We all are stupid when we're young. We all make bad decisions. Right? You're really gonna blame a girl for fucking maturing. That's what I mean. Alpha male move.
And now...
Spoken like a true man.
Now she's a child because she's making a video about it 10 years later.
Start college and all of a sudden you're expected to like...
That's what maturing is. It's about growing up, being an adolescent, thinking you're the shit, thinking you're the bee's knees, thinking you're the chicken's trousers, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna fake all these lads, I'm gonna like, you know, do this, I'm gonna like smoke and fucking fight and drink and stuff, you know, because I'm all grown up and shit. But then you're 21 and you're about to be fully developed, and you're like, holy shit, I'm still a child, I'm still immature, what the fuck am I doing? I should really sort my life out, you know. Everyone,
adult relationships. Like, that makes absolutely no sense.
It wasn't an adult relationship. You were just fucking. What up?
Let me beat you in chest. Come on.
I'm streaming, bro. Chill out.
People would tell me to. I was so mature and so wise. And looking back on it, like, I was pretty smart, but I was...
Hold up. Matt. Yeah, let me finish this reaction real quick.
Is he gonna go and play chess with this fella and then come back? He's really gonna best Hassan Abe on this, right? What's this here? We'll watch a few more and then we'll fuck off. I'm trying to reach the hour mark. You know, it used to be easy for
whenever
me
I'm
to,
63,
like,
we're gonna have sex.
for an hour.
Is there a difference?
Look, bro, I'm
hiring international talent, opening a local branch. There are many things you can do.
I'm telling you, I just cracked the code. What the hell?
Hold up.
The rest of the video, watch carefully. I've never made that connection before.
There we go.
Getting laid versus getting
laid versus getting paid.
Hotel art. Carla is worried about hotel art. Why hotel art? Because she...
Right.
Getting laid versus getting paid.
What are the top 3 questions to ask when getting to know a potential love interest?
Are you gonna rape me? Are you a serial killer? Are you know, shit like that.
What's your astrology sign?
What happened to being stoic, Sneako, by the way, you know? I don't really fucking give a shit about astrology signs. You need to know the basics anyway if you're trying to, like, you know, get with women and stuff, you know. They all be talking about, you just go with the flow. Don't blame them for, like, being into astrology signs. I'm into fucking weird shit as well that women would judge me for, 100%. So you don't blame them for it. You just kind of, like, go along with it. Like, fuck it. Why not?
A potential love interest.
But no, Sneako's not a stoic, like, straight face, like, alpha male. He's been a bit of a...
what's your astrology?
Bit of a baby.
Sign?
Wrong. Oh, God. And you know why they're laughing so hard? Because they know how stupid this is. They know
how fucking stupid this interview is, man. I'd be fucking laughing as well. Like, some dingus, like, walks up to me and he's like, explain to me in 5 words how you're worse than men. And I'd be like... As a woman, obviously.
How dumb
as a man, I'd probably like sock him and I'm messing.
Astrology is, but they just like living in delusion. They like stars. They like fairy tale. They all watch Disney princess.
And what's wrong with that? Like, it doesn't bother you.
Princess movies growing up. Twat. They love this shit.
Yeah, they love it, and fucking let them.
They love not making any fucking sense.
So do I. So do loads of people. Man, half the shit that I say, people are watching me and they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm making sense in my head, but God knows, like, I'm making sense. I'm making absolute zero sense to other people watching it, you know what I mean?
Well, actually, related to asking about somebody's zodiac sign, doesn't that give false expectations?
No, they are true every time.
100%.
Oh, 100%. I like maybe 99. But like really.
I like to do this thing, like, where I troll women, like, what you call it, they ask me, like, what your zodiac sign is, and I give them, like, a random one that isn't mine. I know mine, I'm Cancer. Right? I give them, like, a random one. I'll be like, oh, I'm Aries or some shit. And they'd be like, oh my God, yeah, I can tell that because you're like this and you're like that and you do all of this shit. I'm like, nah, listen, look, I'm messing with you. I'm actually a Cancer. just to fucking see it look on their goblin.
Like, you trust a Leo and then boom, they're self-absorbed.
Well, no, I'm just saying because a lot of people say, you know, you can't generalize because everyone's different, and I would just wonder why people would ask about zodiac signs.
I think everyone's different except for astrology signs.
Wrong.
I think that's why everyone's the same.
So.
I feel like they...
Ugh, bro, I'm gonna say it again. You ever seen dudes, two dudes?
Man, if anyone ever got me to moan like that, fucking marry me. Like
this happy? On a night.
Oh my God, what's wrong with being happy? For fuck's sake! If they're happy at me putting up a finger like this, so be it. Like,
saying nothing. Have you ever seen this? For men to get this happy, yo.
Okay, you fucking dopey twat, man. Look at the state here, like. You innocent child, you fucking anybody, you absolute gee-bag, man. What's wrong with being happy? What's wrong with smiling? Just because you're a fucking miserable twat that no one wants to talk to doesn't mean that everyone else has to be. You're acting like an absolute fucking see you next Tuesday. Do you know what I mean?
We need to do so much more work. Stars is enough for... Oh, Leo! Bro, holy fuck, man. I'm sick of this, bro. Dudes don't laugh like that about nothing.
I feel like they want to see if they're compatible.
Skepticism closure.
Every time.
This is what he wants you to act like, by the way. If you're a lad, do you really want to act like this? You really want to be like this? Getting upset at people being happy. Getting your fucking knickers in a twist because girls are laughing and talking about stars. You know, I got bigger problems to fucking worry about. Like, how the fuck am I going to pay Board Nimona this month for electricity? Or how the fuck am I going to pay for Irish car insurance when it's the most expensive in all of fucking Europe? Which is most expensive in the world, probably. 700 quid for car insurance. I don't worry about girls fucking laughing like about stars. They can laugh at whatever the fuck they want. They can laugh at me pulling my trousers out, like. No, but like it's not a joke. It matters still, like, you know what I mean. But like, you know.
Every time, I'm not even gonna make the noise. You make it, chat. Sorry, but just you know she's not. And the same painted on eyebrows.
Life's complicated. Lunch doesn't have to be. Philadelphia, deliciously simple.
Shut the fuck up.
That was soothing, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. You're wasting 5 minutes of my fucking precious time.
A lot of people are and believe in the whole zodiac sign. I tend to do that as well. I don't know, I'm just into like this mystical stuff, magical stuff, and I feel like a lot of females are into, you know, painting a picture of what can potentially be there, whether it's doable or not, but...
Do you think it gives false expectations?
Definitely.
So why do it?
Because it's fun, and they like doing it. Oh my fucking God, Jesus Christ, man. Is that so fucking hard to understand? You're like your man that goes around harassing people on YouTube Shorts, and you know this motherfucker, chat. You fucking seen him at some point or another. I know who's watching this, I'm saying, chat. You've seen him at some point or another on YouTube. He's like, why are you wearing a mask? COVID's almost gone. It's none of your fucking business. People can do what they want, for fuck's sake. Oh.
I don't know, it's just...
Because you like nonsense. It makes you smile, just like that.
Yeah, it makes her happy,
yes,
so
but
fucking
I like to
do
dream
it.
And live in my
Why
head.
not?
That's a movie.
Doesn't bother
It's just
you.
about something about having hope. You know what I mean? Something...
Hope. Not just fucking garbage, bro. We need to cancel astrology. Astrology in the chat. I'm fucking sick of crystals and stars. Wake the fuck up, bro. We need God.
About having something that you can reach for, that you can have, you know, look forward to, have faith in.
To watch this video.
Because they believe in astrology.
For fucking entertainment, anyway.
They believe in the planets. They believe in the crystals.
Look at his face. That's what I'm saying. Compared to the girls, guys are like trying to figure this shit out, really trying to navigate all this nonsense.
Why do you think that there's lads like this in the video? Maybe because the person who maybe because the author of the video, the fucker behind the microphone, is trying to paint a picture of women being bad and men being good. So he cherry picks women, get this, to put in the video, make women seem bad, cherry picks lads. They're obviously, because he has an agenda.
And then the girls...
Did you come out of your dad's dick hole like yesterday? You know what I mean? You're acting like you don't know how this shit works. It's really concerning.
They believe in the science. And you know what? Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Do you think it gives false expectations?
I 100% believe it gives false expectations because Everyone says the sign, the crystal gives this energy, the sign gives this this momentum. No, it doesn't. It's all right here in your head. It's belief. It's what you believe you shall receive.
And men cannot believe in that garbage. If we start believing that shit, bro, the world will just fall apart.
Sneako, I'm Christian. I think you are. It's the same shit. We don't know if it's real, but we believe in it.
But every single girl in the West believes in that
Just
shit
because
we accept
let people
that
believe
they
what they want to fucking believe.
Why, when you're single,
as long as it's not some like QAnon conspiracy bullshit that leads to like people storming the Capitol and trying to overthrow the government. Fucking believe in it if you want.
You long for a relationship, but when you're in a relationship, you long.
Bro, do you see him? Yeah. Like the girls, all the dudes here. It's like, it's really, I've never noticed this.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's almost like the guy who made the video has an agenda and he puts all the rational men in his videos, right? While he puts all the irrational women in there as well to paint a picture of women being irrational. That's crazy.
Before. Every guy in a night out
For your freedom.
Good question. You long for your freedom. I would have to say, now in these days, in this generation, people get so insecure.
Basically, I don't care.
Yo, this shit makes no god.
And people get
because you have something and you
look at the difference. Look at the difference.
Yeah, look at how he put an irrational woman in as one of the clips into his video to juxtapose her to the rational man to paint a picture that he wants his viewers to believe.
The guy's like just trying to figure it out, like,
Yeah, so
yo,
rational.
this shit makes no
Thinker,
goddamn fucking sense. And then immediately you go to the girl with the same this, the same this.
Sneako, like, you talk about male suicide rates, but then you like criticize people for being happy. Like, which is it? Do you want men to be miserable and kill themselves? Because that's exactly what you do. The reason why the male suicide rate is so fucking high is because of people like you. No happiness. Don't be happy. Be stoic. Be fucking serious about everything. Facts and logic. Despite the fact you never use empirical data or evidence for any of your fucking claims. Because you're full of shite. You're not even funny, like, in the sense that, like, no one laughs with you. They laugh at you. They laugh at all the crazy faces you do, you pull, and all of this fucking... You know what I mean? This goes back to, like, the fucking jokes. Anyway.
The same look how happy they are. I want to be...
Did he even listen to Annie, she said? She didn't even start talking, he's already getting his knickers in a twist. Like, oh my god. He's already...
He's happy for doing nothing, yo.
You're like, oh, I want that. And then you have it and you're like, no, I want that. If that makes sense.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
What did you say?
Doesn't make any...
And then you have it and you're like, no, I want that. If that makes sense.
That doesn't...
You want... I think so. Want?
Bro, this is gonna look the same.
you know, good.
Oh.
I shop online a lot. Until this day, I'm still surprised by how many good tech deals Karma's found for me there. In fact, a couple weeks ago, Karma let me know that an SSDF...
Fucking tech deals.
I think I figured it out. This is it. This is it.
Sure to never be satisfied?
Yes. It's because Instagram.
Yeah.
Because everybody's looking
everyone
at
has
comparing
fake,
themselves.
Yeah, everyone has like fake expectations.
Yeah.
And you have fake eyelashes, huh?
Expectations are crazy.
Oh, but did she say anything that's wrong? Said everyone has fake expectations. If a man said it, you'd be like, so rational. Wow. Compare him to all the women, but then as soon as a woman says, like, you have fake... You know what I mean? It's like fucking school, like insults. Like, you cooties, don't touch me.
Yeah.
I don't want to play with the pink Play-Doh.
What are the top 3 questions to ask when getting to know a potential love interest?
How much money do you make?
What do you do?
Yeah, what do you
do? That's what that means. how much money do you make?
100% Sneako hates women because the teacher, when he went to school, he got given out to a lot for like yapping, you know, having the gift of the gab, like, you know what I mean? And so he put him next, and the teacher put him next to all the girls as a punishment. And he hated that so much that he grew resentment for women. Like that's my headcanon. That's what I believe. He got put as a punishment, sat beside the women. I got put sitting beside the women way too long, way too much, and now he hates him. I don't know.
But you know what they say in the reverse? You should never ask a woman her age. You're gonna ask her how much I weigh? Excuse me, you can't ask how old I am. But the first fucking thing they ask is how much money do you make?
What do you do for work?
What
How
do you
much
do for
money
work?
do you make?
Why do you think that?
Look at them. Look how fucking hard they laugh at everything. No dude in this video.
Oh my god, what's wrong with laughing?
There's another
Fuck's
14 minutes.
sake.
It's
no
gonna-
dude in this video, okay. Let them be miserable. Let people be fucking happy, man.
Gonna
Oh
be
my
this
God.
happy
Jesus.
saying
Sneako, pay for a therapist. I understand you're a fucking but ma, I'm an alpha male. I don't need a therapist. You do, honey, you do. Fella, bud, go get yourself a fuck. You've the money from all the Twitch and shit. Just go get yourself a fucking therapist, man. Don't let chat. Don't be a bunch of 14-year-old fans. Let it be your fucking therapist, man. For the love of God, like, for the love of all things holy, man. Just get help.
nothing. The longer your lashes are, the happier you can be living in La La Land. Do you think that she believes in astrology? Of course.
That would be the number one question.
Because we gotta know if we're gonna be
Because
with a
me and her, we make some money. So you
yeah,
gotta
we
make
make some money. So you gotta add it up. Like I want to equal.
Yeah,
I wanna equal.
or you can, baby, sit at home and spend the money.
But we work. We're smart, educated
We work,
women.
but you know.
But do we want to?
No.
Do you know more people who enjoy dating or who complain about dating?
Ew. Someone tell you look terrible. What the fuck is this fit? What is this drip? Head to toe. And she's still, look, she's already happy for no reason. There's nothing going on. And she's still like I want to see one guy in this video.
Sneako, what reason is there to be happy? Should there be a reason? And if so, what should it be? Think about that.
That I'm gonna know.
Dating.
Complain.
I accidentally muted the video. That might have actually been a good move.
Why?
Complain about dating. Because usually the person that they're in a relationship with, they're like not loyal or just like doesn't commit to what they really actually want.
This girl definitely thinks she's a 10 too. Wearing
We're all
snowboarding
10, Sneako.
goggles.
We're all kings and queens.
Why is it when you're...
Someone needs to like, this is what I'm saying. No guys are willing to risk losing pussy and tell her that she looks goofy as fuck. Because what the fuck, you stepped outside looking like this. The giant ass hoops, the same long eyelashes. It's just, you don't look
it's
good.
not even that bad. It's actually tonally consistent. Like, it's all like red. She's like red dyed hair, red sunglasses, red fucking yoke majiggy that she's wearing. Like, it's consistent. It's called style. You know, she's not like peacocking, like wearing a bunch of random fucking shite. Like, you know, there's like a leg and then like an eyeball. Like, you know, it's just regular shit. Like, you know what I mean?
You don't. But
It's
we won't
alright.
tell you because we
And
still
the white
wanna...
mask as well. It's all right.
Single, you want to be in a relationship, and when you're in a relationship, you
Don't put pig in the chat. That's so offensive. She's a queen. She's brave.
long for your freedom.
Yeah, don't put pig in the chat. Like, because you don't like it when they body shame men. They're like, oh, double standards. Why are you body shaming men? But then, like, you do the same shit for women. Why?
I guess because when you're single, you're just like lonely. And then when you're in a relationship, it's
sometimes
like
I'm
once you're in a
lonely.
relationship, you actually understand the person that you're with. You actually might get annoyed by the person. That's why you need to become friends with the person.
Mr. Rational
Stress, like,
Man
look,
over here.
look,
Mr.
he's not-
Rational Man. Oh. And then the stoic alpha male in the corner. Yeah, man. I'm sick of listening to this shit, honestly. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and just watch like.
One is healthy, the other one is.
Or you can eat this shit. You can eat
Actually,
this
no,
shit.
I won't. Listen, Sneako, your channel's gonna fail at some point or another, right? And if you come across this, I think I'm a rational enough fella. You should definitely debate me. right? Because all my points are like woke and stuff, but there's nothing you can attack me over, really. You can't call me a beta because I'm not. You can't say I ain't got no bitches because you know yourself. Debate me, please. I need the subs, and you do as well, right? But just cause I'm a smaller channel, that doesn't mean I don't pull my punches. Right? I will rip you a new one in the marketplace of ideas. Anyways, boys, I'm getting calls from all your mothers, right? So I'll end the stream here. Look to you. Don't step in shite or whatever. And Sneako, debate me, yeah, scoundrel.